Hey guys, this is MTP Flyers, and today I'm excited to take a look at the Reflex from Otterbox for the iPad, new iPad, iPad 2, iPad 3, pretty much anything that has the same form factor. So, let's skip ahead to the good part. Alright guys, so when it comes to anything for this channel, I will not BS you guys, tell you a lie, or pretty much try to pull any kind of wool over your eyes, because someone out there, anyone out there, is usually smarter than me. There's always somebody smarter than you, there's always somebody better, whatever the case may be. They will figure out if you try to do something that isn't completely legit.
What?
Much like doing a video when you're not quite up to it, or you try to cut corners somewhere. I'll call myself out on it if I make a mistake somewhere. Just trying to give you guys the best information possible. If someone out there knows more and likes to share the information, I'm more than happy to take that suggestion, if it's not come across like a dick. Well, anyway, I believe it may have just been one video, possibly two videos, where I did a video and I showed you guys something, and I used my iPad, or fake iPad. I would never try to pass anything off as real. Technology is expensive. You all know that. When I went from my iPad to the Nexus 7, I had to sell it. Went from the Nexus 7 back to the iPad, I had to sell it. When I went from the iPad to the iPad mini, I had to sell it. That is just a fact of life. Money does not grow on trees. We all know that. So in order for me to get something, I usually either have to save the money or I gotta put something in that I don't normally use. So I thought the iPad mini would be a winner. In my opinion, it is. So iPad, c'est la vie. Now, there are some awesome cases out there, such as the case we're going to do today, the Reflex case, and I'm going to use the fake iPad. Now, I can honestly tell you that this case makes me want to buy a real iPad. So what do? I don't know. Got to think about it. Most likely, I'm going to give this case away to you guys, so someone who has an iPad can enjoy it just as much as I enjoyed trying it out. So, let's just go ahead and get into this, and I'll tell you guys what I think. Alright, so a lot of the iPad cases that I do enjoy, especially the Defender for the iPad mini, in my estimation is hands down just awesome looking, functional, and does everything that I need as far as protection and allow me to use the iPad mini without feeling like it's too bulky. Does it add bulk? Yeah, it does, but you get the protection that you want. Much like the Reflex here. This is a two-piece case. I take that back. It's actually a three-piece case. You get a cover as well, which is what we've come to know from the Otterbox stuff. So you've got your iPad. You've got a two-piece Reflex case here, which just looks pretty cool from a industrial standpoint. It snaps together here. You can see your logo on the back there. So what we'll do is we'll slide this into place here. Now, with this case, they did leave it wide open at the bottom there, so the lightning port or the 30-pin will be just as useful. So you slide that in there. It's a very tight fit, and again, just a nice fit and finish from Otterbox, and it snaps in there at the bottom and the center, or the center at the bottom, whatever you want to call it, and voila, you have your case. Everything is wide open. You can see the little protections there on the back. You've got your protections on the side, and just a quick sweep of the case itself. You have on the bottom your 30-pin, or in this case, if you have a newer iPad, the lightning port will be easy to get to. And you see the protection on the sides there and on the corners. As we come up here, you have your volume buttons, which on this, they do work. They do have some feedback, and I do feel them in there, and they feels pretty good using that. Plenty of room here for your vibrate switch. Coming across the top, again, you have your sleep and awake button, which is pretty easy to push there. A nice cutout for your microphone, and of course your headphone jack. Does look like it might be covered a little bit at the bottom there. That might be interesting to see how that would work out, just sticking a pair of headphones in there and maybe having some of a problem in there. Again, because I'm using a knockoff iPad, that may not necessarily be the case on yours. And on the back here, you have a great cutout for your camera. And let's be honest, friends don't let friends take pictures with the iPad. That's my service announcement for the day. And on the front here, you do have a nice lay on the table. Very minimal, but it does do the job. And because the Reflex case does snap in the center, you do see the lines there. And you got to make sure that it is closed tight. With my OCD, I'll sit there and, keep feeling and make sure it's all together, and it may not necessarily line up perfectly. So if you do have OCD, this may not be the best case for you. It does look neat from aesthetics to be able to see that on there. At the bottom also, they do have a little bit of a cub hole cut out there. Cub hole? Cubby hole? I don't know. I'll leave that in there. So you can use your speakers that'll come across the bottom there, which are covered, and it will come out there. So that will not be a problem at all. Easy access to your home button. Now, a lot of cases you would say that's enough, or that's what you're going to expect when you get the case. You've got some drop protection, and as long as you've got a screen shield on the front, you're pretty well protected. Now, Otterbox always takes it a step further, and they do offer this case little cover here, and it does do a stand in a couple different positions. So if you just want to simply protect your iPad, there you go there. You are covered, and you've got good protection. You've added corner protection from drops there. And when you're using the iPad, if you don't want to have the cover, you don't have to worry about putting it down or losing it, because it simply snaps on the back, and it allows you to use this for playing games or FaceTiming or something like that. You're pretty much set when it comes to that. So beyond that, this also doubles as a stand. Now, it does come in a couple different positions that you do here, and the nice thing is you don't have to take anything out or change anything. You simply bend out to the outside, and you take the plastic piece, and it will snap into place. And it always goes in a little too far when I'm doing that, so you have to slide the piece back out here, and that sounds horrible on so many levels, but it does lay flush. And the reason why that needs to be flush is because when you are in movie mode or landscape mode to watch a movie or sitting up tall, you do have to make sure that's not going to bump the bottom of it, because it will not stay in. So there is your position for watching a movie or something like that, and they do also allow you to simply slide the iPad out, and you can drop it down into a lower position. This may not necessarily be completely ideal for typing, but you know what? There have been times when I was on the flight where I didn't really want to sit there and sit up the whole time. I wanted to like kind of lean forward and lay on the table where I could watch the movie and put my head down or something like that, or relax when I'm doing that. So there's many different functions for this, but the nice thing is you don't have to change it other than just take the iPad out and then drop it in the other position. So pretty good idea. You got multifunction from one piece. It's not just something that you're going to have to keep to the side or, not lose. Now, just real quick here, I'll show you guys. It is a little bit trying to get this out, so you do have to kind of fiddle with it and push your hand in the other end, and you can drop that out back into position. You're laying flat. You have lots of protection there when you have it on the iPad. Lots of soft protection, and you simply drop it in, and you're all set. Now, this case does retail for $69.95, so you're definitely putting out a pretty penny, but you're getting multifunction on this case, and it's probably something that you don't want to necessarily take off and put on. This will be that one purchase that you probably leave your iPad in there for a long time to come. So if I do find it cheaper on Amazon, I'll put that link down below. It does come in many different colors, as we'll flash by there. You see there are probably, 4 colors? And I'm taking a guess there, so do not quote me on that. So check them out either at Otterbox or at the Amazon link down below. I think they hopefully will be a little bit cheaper, but do not quote me on that. And that's pretty much it for this case for the iPad, new iPad. Pretty much everything but I believe in the original iPad. Don't quote me on that either, but I'm pretty sure most of them will fit in there. Guys, that is it. I want to thank Otterbox for sending this out for review. Much more to come. You guys take it easy, and I will talk to you later. See ya!